Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm finally telling you about my Hermes journey, and it's been such an amazing ride. I'm telling you, from Belgium, France, Milan, and particularly even Paris. Like, I've tried it all. This is the story of how I went from getting rejected in boutiques to finally owning my first Hermès bags and actually being added to our Birkin wish list, which is like so difficult. Anyway, let's get into it. If you're new here, my name is Kiki and I am happy that you're here with me today. I'm not even joking. Like, I went from buying a Hermès passport cover and just, at that time, like, I didn't keep a lot in mind, and that's many years ago, and it just makes me so happy, and I'll keep on repeating this, that I've been added to our Birkin wish list for a whole year. So let's hope probably we're gonna get the good news earlier or later. I mean, like, whatever happens. But I also came back with some goodies, and they are also bags. So this is not your average I walked into and got a bag story, because it doesn't happen so much anymore. And this is just a full-on journey, and it's coming with a lot of plot twists here and there, failures, online bans, moments of delusion, and that one French boutique that changed everything for me, and also one shop also here in Belgium that actually made it easier for me to have like one of the best experiences, and actually starting to like love my journey so far. So back in 2016, I knew a little bit about Hermes, and I used to love their perfumes. They still have it. They have one of this particular perfume that they have, and I think it was like 300 and something euros back then, and it smells like chocolate, and I used to love it. I just fell in love with it when I just walked into a shop in Germany back then, and it just smelled so good. I mean, it would actually last forever, which I was so surprised about that. And I thought, okay, this brand is fancy. So remember, at that point, I'm not even like so interested with Hermes and all of those things. That's like back in 2016. And I was just not vibing with Hermes like that. I was still like this full glittery girly, obsessed with like bright colors and other bags and other brands. So Hermes was really not on my radar. I used to think like, this is so mature. I mean, it's so mature and I'm not yet there, so I don't want to rush, to do that. Or maybe my head was just specifically not there. Even the few pieces I had, some of them were like birthday gifts, like that passport cover that I'm talking about. That was like a birthday gift. The perfume also was a birthday gift, and I just picked it up at the shopping center because the packaging was cute. It was my vibe. I was treated so well. It was, I think, part of the reason why I was like, I just love this store. And I remember it was like in winter. Was it in winter? Not really winter, but it was a little bit starting to get warm. But at that time for me, it was too cold because I was still new in Europe. But then years and years later, I started to feel and started to see Hermes differently. The bags, the stories, the craftsmanship, the Birkins and the Kellys that my friends also had. And I realized, wait, was I sleeping on this the whole time? And I remember like there was this YouTuber I used to watch back then. He was a guy and he was so obsessed with Hermes. And one of my friends hooked me onto his channel, and I just vibed with the bags, the story, and all of those things. But I was like, it's a little bit too much of also on my bracket. I mean, my money, my pocket, like at that time I was like, spend all this money in just a bag, That's where I was at that point. Like, but if you give it to me as a gift, I have no problem, but I'm not gonna put my money into that, you know what I mean? That's just how I was back then. But I was young also, so that makes a lot of sense, So that's when I thought, wait, was I just sleeping on this whole time? And that's where my real journey started. I tried to get the Paris appointment, but this is way after. I mean, so the time that I was like, now I really need to get a bag, I used to apply every single day to get a Paris appointment. I tried with my Belgian ID card, I tried with my Kenyan passport, and I never ever got it. And mind you, I tried it for weeks and months. And at some point I was like, I just gave up, and I was like, okay, we'll actually get to that part because this part is also a little bit juicy. So at some point I also got burned out when I was like checking out some bags, and also I made some cringy and rookie mistakes in Milan as well, in Paris as well. Like, my God, guys, like I was so dumb, but I was not dumb. I was just living my moment and whatever happened. So eventually something shifted, and in the most unexpected way, I finally stepped into the world I didn't even know I was meant for. So today I'm telling you everything, the highs, the lows, and how I finally got my first Hermes bags and made to 2 wish lists. But I think at this point it's just gonna be 1 wish list because I honestly also wanted a Constance. I felt in love with a Constance, and at some point I was like, if I also get a Constance, it's not bad. But I've been walking to so many shops, and trust me, it's so difficult to also get a Constance. So grab your iced matcha, your emotional support Twilly, because this is about to be a story, and I'm all here for it because I also love story times. I love telling stories, are cute. So let's get into how I got everything wrong at first, because girl, let me tell you, I did so many mistakes. So when I first started my Hermes journey, I was so naive. I literally applied for an appointment in Paris every single day for like 2 months probably, and I thought, okay, maybe one day they'll just randomly pick me because that's what people were saying on the internet. But nothing, not even once, nothing. I never got it. I never got picked. Then I thought, okay, what about Luxembourg? Because Belgium and Luxembourg were basically neighbors, and you know, let me just try. Maybe Paris is the problem. I called the Luxembourg boutique. I remember I was on my bed after applying for my last appointment online. And then I called the office in Luxembourg. I'm like, hello, I would like to get a Birkin or a Kelly. Do you have them in store? And when can I come and pick them up? Because at that point, my husband had given me money to buy one of the bags because he told me that here. What do you want to get? I was like, yeah, I want to get like a Birkin or a Kelly. So he gave me the money. I mean, that was a really beautiful surprise. So I was like, you know what, this money, I'm really going to dedicate it for that. So I did everything I can. So they were like, sorry, we only offer bags to residents, which is understandable. But at the time, I was just like, my God, I'm so defeated. Like, they don't want to sell me this bag. I even walked into the Hermes in Brussels. I remember I walked in and they told that guy, hi, do you have Birkin? I think I put him off, and he was like, do you want anything else from the shop? I was like, maybe sandals. So I went to try on the orange sandals, and then I was like, okay, I really want a bag. I want to spend my money on the bag. Why are you not giving me the bag? And then that guy left us there, and I was like, they treated me so bad. I'm not gonna buy anything in this shop. But that's just how I felt, because I was like, they have the bags, they see them on display. Why are they not selling it to me? And then I was like, you know what, at this point, I'll think about it. I will just walk into several Hermes shops, because that's the year that also I was traveling a lot. And I was like, I'll just walk into any Hermes shop. If they want to sell it to me, they'll sell it to me. If they don't want it, it's also fine. And that was just part 1, how I got everything wrong. So now let me get into detail about the Belgium story. So my first experience in Belgium was not that great, because I just felt like there was no warmth, the vibe was not there. But it's not it. Now that I realize and go back and now know more about the brand, I realize like you cannot just walk in and do that, because who are you to just walk in and say, hey, I want this and I want that? And well, it works with other brands, but it doesn't work with them. So before I knew all of that, I was like, my God, like this is not right. So I gave it another try, and I went to another shop in Hermes in Belgium. But this is even after I've tried Paris, I've tried Milan, because I tried to ask my friend to help me, because she already has a few Birkins, she has a few Kellys, and she actually got one. She got to try the bag, she got to customize one and all of those things, and it seemed like finally probably I'm gonna get something and it's gonna help, you know. And I was like, okay, maybe I can also just use her account. Maybe that's better, because maybe my account, I don't have so many things. I only had perfumes, I had some sandals, I had some belt, I had just a few other Hermes items that I was buying. I was just buying something that I like. So that's what used to happen. So I went to another shop here in Belgium, and let me tell you, that was so life-changing, because first of all, at that time when I went to that shop, I had already known a little bit about the brand, so I was not crazy like I was before. And I also went to this other shop because I felt it was closer and we were doing things around that side of Belgium. So I was like, okay, let me just walk into the shop. So I met one of the sales associates there and she was so lovely, absolutely lovely. She even, I remember like we bought some gifts. We bought some gifts for our friends, and because you know, like they, how do I put it, like my husband was like a godfather for that child, so we bought a few items for the child for Hermes. I was like, yeah, it's so nice. I love like the horses and all of those things, and I think it really looks so cute also on children. So we went there, we bought a few things. We bought some blankets, we bought some pillows. We went there to check blankets and pillows and some perfumes for the babies and all of those things. So we went in there, and then she told me also about the brand, about so many things, and she briefed me about all those things. So I was like, this is so nice. But I also went there on a weekday, so it was not so busy, and of course she had the time to do all of that. And I remember it was so nice. I also got I got cheaper sandals, I think. Yes, I got cheaper sandals. And then I remember my birthday was approaching. She sent me a handwritten birthday when we just came back from New York. I was so happy. Like I found like on my mailbox like a written letter. It was so nice with Hermes logo and everything. I was like, this is so cute. So it was just a sweet personal touch that made a difference. And from there I just started visiting the store from time to time. No pressure, just my buying small things here and there, things that I also love, because I also don't want to commit myself into buying things so that I can have so many things and that I don't even like anymore. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you how I got banned from their website. Not really getting banned, but it's something that happens typically when you're browsing so much on the Hermes shop. So at one point I started obsessively checking up the Hermes website and hoping just to score something. Like I would freshen constantly, and then I got banned at some point. It usually happens, especially when you're trying to check out a bag. The website throws you off, or it just blocks you out of their site. But then after a few hours, you can browse again. So yeah, it actually happened a couple of times, and I remember especially this one time I tried to check out a Rowley's mini, and when I tried to check out, like, you know, it threw me out, and it was a color that I loved. So I went back again, and then it was sold out. Sometimes they bring like other bags, like I love a hair bag, and every time I try to also like check out a hair bag, it doesn't work, you know, like you just push it and then it's like sold out. So I think there's a lot of bots, probably. I don't know about that, but it just happened like that a couple of times. But when you're trying to like buy things like shoes or something like that, like it really doesn't happen. I think it only happens with bags. So one time also I tried to check out another Rowley's, and then I was like, am I really making a good decision? Because I love a Rowley's and I also love a Constance, but I love a Constance more than I love a Rowley's. So, but in mini also. So I was like, let me think about it. Let me walk in the shop and also see if I'm gonna get something, because I've also been trying to also check out other bags that I love, and it was also impossible. Or I was like, you know what, before I buy online, let me just go to the shop and see probably if they also have the same as they have online. So one time I went to my AC and I told her, yeah, I've been trying to check out things online. She's like, yeah, that is so normal. Sometimes the system just flags it. And so I had to just learn the hard way. And then that's when I would pop into the shop and ask them, hey, do you have anything? Do you have any non-quarter bags? Do you have like a picotin? They're like, no, we don't have anything this week. Do you have this? No, we don't have any this week. Do you have that? No, we don't have it this week. I'm like, okay, it's fine, you know. I look at other things. I'm like, I love this thing. I love that thing. I love this thing. And then that's when I go back home and I also try and research more about those things. And I'm like, this is actually so interesting. By the way, another thing I noticed when you live in Europe, for example, it's like the website is like for all the countries. For example, if a bag is available in the website in Belgium, I would notice it's also available in the website in Germany. And so I think we probably share the same online, I think. But I think France is a little bit different, but they also don't have a lot. So only in the EU one. And on Thursdays is when I noticed, like during lunch hours on Thursdays is when they would drop like a lot of things. But they also, people buy them like instantly, like immediately. or some. I also saw like even when you buy it, it doesn't mean like even if you've paid for it, it doesn't mean like it has gone through. You have to wait for the email to say now they're shipping your bag, sometimes not, and they just refund you back your money. So it's just a difficult thing, and to be honest, I love their craftsmanship, I love the products they have, and I think also they scream so mature, and it's not because they are trendy or anything like that. It's just something that I'm so in love with at the moment. Enough with the online shenanigans. So now we go into the mini Kelly that also broke my heart. So here's a story that still stings a little bit. One of my close friends, like I told you before, she has a really good Hermes account, and so she was offered like a mini Kelly. We customized it together, the color. She would text me, do you like this, do you want that? So it was like pink and yellow and all of those things, hardware and all of that. I was so excited, and I was even like manifesting like finally I'm gonna get my Kelly, and I'm gonna get a Kelly in Milan, so that's gonna be so nice. I remember we even tried to get a wish list also in Venice, Italy. That was even so difficult because we were buying like I think a scarf for one of our friends or something, like a really beautiful, nice, big scarf. So we were like, oh, can we get a wish list? Can we? And you know, for at least one of my friends, she was a resident there. So they were like, no, we can't. We don't have a lot of inventory, so that's not going to be possible. So I was like, okay, then it happened, and then my friend also moved countries, so for that reason I think she never got the call. So I don't know what happened, and I had given up at that point. So nothing ever came of it, and years went by. I think like 2 years, no call, no bag. It felt like I was falling in love with something that became real, and that moment also made me feel like maybe this journey wasn't meant for me. But then I was like, there's no harm in trying, and that's why like whenever we would travel somewhere, I would just walk into the shop, and you find really good essays. There are good essays, there are essays that are a little bit not so friendly, but I think it also depends with how you approach them. So I just learned the hard way. You just don't walk in and be like, I want this, I want that. You can have your money, but you can go back home with it, so they really don't care about that. Yeah. So honestly, looking back, I was so clueless. You know, you walk in, you buy something, you smile, you walk out, and you're like, oh, now I'm in the system, because at that point you don't even realize what you're doing. It doesn't, but you learn. You really get to learn. So eventually back in Belgium, I asked to see some bags, and at first they showed me, I remember there was this time, it was I think during winter, and I was like, just, you know, I'm like, you know, so now let me walk into the shop. We don't live far away from the shop anymore. Let me just walk in and see if they have any cute bags. So I remember one time I just walked in, and I think my essay was not in the shop, so somebody else was there, and I was like, hi, do you have any non-quarter bags? At that time I was also speaking like the Hermes language. Do you have any non-quarter bags? I'm looking for something like, then they ask you what would you like, and then the first thing they ask is, do you have a profile here? I tell them yes I do. They check, and then they're like, okay, let me go see what I have. So she goes inside, and then I'm like, okay, I was there with my husband, and then she comes back, and then she showed me like a blue Evelyn, so cute, but I think it was just not for me. So I told her, I think it's nice, but I would have preferred something neutral or just a small one. And then one time she also asked, do you have like a Constance wallet or like a Kelly wallet also? So she walked in, and she told me, let me see if I have something at the back. So she came back, and then I was like, it's honestly a little bit too small, like, but it also made me like now want the big one. You know what I mean? Like, I saw it and I was like, I think probably even like the bigger one more. So one day I walk in, and then I see a really beautiful bright bag. You guys are gonna see it. At first I passed on it, and it was I think on a Sunday. I was like, I think I'm not sure. It's so beautiful, but let me tell you, we went for dinner. That bag was playing in my head like crazy. I will actually show you the clips of, you know, how all of that happened. I'm gonna in everything so you see how my journey and experience was. But I swear I could not stop thinking about that bag. I was like, oh my God, probably I need to get it. So I remember like now on Monday, I was like, yeah, I really need it. So the moment I walked in, I found the store manager, which it was so nice. And my AC was also not there that day. So the store manager was there. She attended to me. She was so nice. I asked, do you have any non-quarter bags, to see if probably there's anything else? And then she's like, okay, show me your account. She saw it. She's like, okay, let me come back. So she came back with the same orange bag. I'm like, okay, not bad. I love it. I even loved it more. She's like, yeah, this is the spring color. It's not a color we release all the time. It's this and that. So she told me a lot of things, and then I started talking to her about like quarter bags and all of those things. And I think she felt I know more about the brand and all of those things. And then we just chatted a little bit, and it was so amazing. She asked me, do you need anything in the shop? I'm like, no, I don't know. I'm just coming for this. And so it was just so beautiful. And she helped me get the bag. We paid for it. It was amazing, especially getting served by the store manager, having a relationship with the store manager. And then she told me by word of mouth, I'll actually put you on the constant wish list. Well, it wasn't written down, but I just felt it, and I felt seen. And then she told me, if you really love our constants, we always have them, but not all the time. They're also becoming so difficult to come in the shop, but I'll just keep you in mind. And that was it. No, that was not it. So yeah, she continued to chat with me. I kept on walking into the shop, looking at other things. And at this point, I'm like, I think I'm too close to getting the bag. It's like also like so many things started playing in my head. Like, my God, I was so obsessed. Like, even if you would look at my Safari on the phone, it was just, I think, Hermes, 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 Hermes. I was so obsessed with Hermes. I am still so obsessed with Hermes. But I'm obsessed with like their beautiful bags, their beautiful blankets. I love their perfumes also. I love their mini perfumes, the ones where you can customize yourself and you can, for example, get like 4 of them or something like that. Usually, even when I like giving out, sorry, not giving it out, but we also like to, like, if you think about like someone's birthday is coming up or something like that, you're like, these mini perfumes are so nice. So every time I'm like, yeah, probably someone, and then if they like it, they can go and purchase for themselves. So I always find that like a little bit cute. We also, I remember, I forgot about this. We also went to Amsterdam also when we went for my husband's birthday, and when I surprised him to go there. So when we went to Amsterdam, I went to the shop. The essay was so good over there. I also asked him if they have any quarter bags. I remember I saw a lady walking out there with a really cute quarter bag. I think it was a Birkin. And I asked him, do you have any quarter bags? He's like, no, we don't. But yeah, I understood like it's only for residents. I'm not a resident in Amsterdam there, so it was okay. But then whatever we were buying, we bought, and then we got out of the store, and then that's when I came back to my country, and then here in Belgium, and then I continued to walk in the shop to see if there's anything, because I think the more you keep on walking into the shop, the more you get things. Like if you don't keep on going, but you don't have to go every day, you know, they might get tired of you. I don't know about that though. But after a couple of weeks, I would hop in. After a couple of weeks, I would always do that. Sometimes also there's a lot of queue, especially on the weekends, which I don't like. There's a lot of people waiting to go in. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna queue, and probably being told no. So I was like, okay, probably the weekdays are better. So now I was able to get my orange bag, which I'm gonna do an ASMR for you guys, and you see how I got it, and also how I got it offered to me. I'm sorry if this is going to be like a long video, but I think you're here for that, right? And then I'm also going to show you how the video or the beautiful bag looks like. It's actually here, and it's the big one. I want to do that with you. This is the one that I got in Belgium. So cute, right? I'm dying to show you guys. I was so happy to get this beautiful baby that I'm gonna open with you guys later. Oh my God, this is gonna be so amazing. I also got, every time I shop like in Hermes, I always ask them for magazines, because I like to put them on my coffee table. It just is so good. Also got 2 perfumes, I think, and one I already gave it to my husband. He's already using it, and this is the receipt of what I bought. So
For you, I'd build a my new best friend, and red is all I see. I got a PhD in love. Every step, every breath for you. My head's up over the clouds for you. If there's a valley, I build a bridge so that you could get by. Or I'd grow in so we could fly. Daydreaming is my new middle name. This is not a game for me. Imagining is my new best friend. And red is all I see. I got a PhD in love. My heart covers every degree.
Take this one in leather, you know.
Maar als het moeilijk is, maar ik wil aan de keer.
Smells good, let's smell it.
Second one? So, enjoy the day. Thank you so much, Kathy.
Yeah, that is a little bit of it. So now you're wondering, what's the story for this other one? Let me get it. So we've already unboxed the first baby. What do you think about her? What do you think about? I just left her there because I need a moment to enjoy her. I love orange. Orange is the color of love. Orange is the color of bloom. Orange is just orange, and it's also the signature color of Hermes, and it was such an honor and a pleasure to be able to get one of those, and they are not all over the place. That's just it. So are you ready for number two? So our baby number two came, like I told you, in a white bag just to hide her, because I was also walking around in the city afterwards, which I love. Small, mighty, and precious. Damn. This one, I don't even know how to behave. I'm telling you. So, this other little one, my goodness, this is where also the magic happened. This is something that I was trying to get in Belgium, but I didn't get it. Like, it was so difficult. I remember one time I even walked into the shop in Brussels, and I found a really nice guy over there. He was a really nice essay. The gentleman was so nice, and then he told me, just keep on coming to the shop, you might find it. He also asked me, like, show me your profile. I did show him my profile. He was like, where you live, I'll be there over summer, so probably I can get you something, or just keep on walking in the shop and probably you might be lucky and get something, but at the moment we don't have them in stock. So I was like, oh, okay, because I am so in love with small bags. I love tiny bags, but not extremely tiny, but they can put things inside, right? So here is the story that actually changed everything. The magic happened in this one, and it's not in Belgium. This was in Hermes boutique in a small town outside of Paris. I'm telling you, I waited for about 30 minutes and I was literally about to leave. So we walked into the shop with my husband. We're just there in the shop, and then first they write your name, and they say someone will come and attend to you in like 10 minutes. So we waited. It was 30 minutes. Damn. At some point my husband is telling me, did they forget about you? I'm like, yeah, maybe. And because we came here to just look around, maybe it's just best we go. Probably we might not get what you want and we can just walk outside. But We went upstairs, went and checked their shoes department and everything. Wow, they had a lot of things. Like, that is a big Hermes boutique I have ever seen, and they had so many things. They had shoes I had also never seen, and I was like, I mean, even if I don't get a bag, it's fine. I'll get the shoes because they have like really amazing, beautiful shoes that I'm actually so in love with. So after we go down on the stairs, we're like, okay, it's time to leave. Then the store manager is like, hi, did you get attended to? We're like, no, we didn't, but we are leaving. It's fine, thank you. She's like, no, I think that essay, when she's done with that person, she was actually coming to you. We're like, okay, fine, we'll wait then 10 more minutes, it's fine. So she asked, so would you want a drink? I'm like, yeah, champagne is nice. So she's like, okay, I'll bring a butler for you. So he comes, he gives us a champagne, me and my husband. We have a good time there waiting for her, just chatting. And she was so nice. She asked me, where are you from? I'm like, yeah, I live in Belgium, and I've never been to this shop. Actually, it's so beautiful. I'm like, oh, I've never seen a shop like this. We just started to have a conversation, and I'm like, you're so kind. Then I asked her, are you the store manager? She's like, yes, I am. Yeah, so then she told the SA, this is the lady you're supposed to attend to. She's new here. I'm like, okay. So I sit down, and then the SA comes, and then she's like, what do you want? I'm like, I saw really nice sandals over there. And then she brings some. She's like, this we don't have in size 36, but we have it in size 37. I'm usually a size 36. I try some of them. They don't have my colors. I'm like, no, really not my vibe. And then she brings one pair of shoe that was so beautiful, and it was also on their runway. But then unfortunately it was not my size. It was a little bit bigger. That was size 37 again. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. Then we start chatting, and then she brings in other shoes. I'm like, my God, yeah, I fell in love with one of the shoes. So she's like, it's so busy over here, let's go to this private room. So she takes us to a private room. We sit there, we continue sipping our champagne over there, me and my husband. We're just giggling, having a good time, chatting with the SA. She was the nicest SA, and her manager is the nicest manager in any Hermes shop that I've ever walked in my life. And I am not kidding. I am not even trying to like gas you guys, but it's just the reality. It's just the truth. And especially the fact that the store manager came out, apologized, offered champagne, and we just started chatting. That was so amazing to me. So yeah, we asked. Then I told the SA, and by the way, by any chance, do you have like a picotine? Do you have like a hair bag or any non-quarter bags that you have? I wouldn't mind seeing them in person, and then from there we'll see. Because I had seen some downstairs, like there was a woman who was offered a picotine, a really beautiful in brown. In person, it's so cute. And yeah, I think she bought it. So I think they didn't have any more. She was like, yeah, do you have any other non-quarter bags? Just casually. She smiled and she said, let me see what I can find. So she came back with this absolutely gorgeous, guys. I was so happy. I was so over the moon. She said, this is a rare color, and I found you something beautiful. Guys, I was so... Wait, my God, what's happening? So this is the small bag, but it's carrying something so beautiful. So good. Oh my god. Yeah.
In natural.
No way. Oh my god.
It's not too often that we have it available here in store,
Oh my god.
as it's back.
No way. No. No way. Oh my god. Yes. It's going out. Oh my god. This is so nice. Love that. I was like over the moon. I was so over the moon. And then she gave this to me. This is so amazing. I think I also got something like this, but a little bit different in Amsterdam during the Christmas season, which was so nice. And she also gave me a postcard, their city, which is so cute also. And then I also got another magazine. So I have like 2 magazines I can use on my coffee tables, which I love. By the way, my first ever magazine, designer magazine, was from Hermes, and that was like, I think in 2016. And is it? I think so. Yeah, I think I still have it somewhere in the house. It's either, I think, on the place where I put a lot of books, so I think it's still there. I always alternate them depending on the season. It usually looks cute during winter. So yeah, I scrammed. It was too perfect. Again, I'm gonna show you how this bag looks like. So after all of that, the Birkin talk started. I mean, the real talk. So I brought up the wish list and she didn't even hesitate. She just said yes. I was like, what? Like, you're just putting me on a wish list? Do you know how difficult this has been in my country, in other places that I've been in? You ask for a wish list. It's like you need to make an appointment. You need to get an appointment. Just walk into they tell you this, walk into the shop anytime, and if there's an appointment that is free, then we can put you in a wish list. So there's an appointment, scoring an appointment, then from an appointment you score a wish list. And after getting this baby, I'm telling you, she came there with her phone, she's putting everything, she's like, Birkin or Kelly? I'm like, baby, I've never been so conflicted in my life. I'm like, you asked me Birkin or Kelly? Damn. I'm like, a Birkin, smaller size. I love neutrals, but I'm flexible. If I have a pink, if I have a blue, if I have a green, if I have a yellow, if it just matches with what I have in my wardrobe. Because I have a lot of colorful bags, but I feel like a Birkin, even in colors, goes so well with so many items, right? So she took down all my info, including my and then she asked me, can I quickly see your residence permit? So I removed it from my handbag. Then she checked and she's like, oh, okay, confirmed. You're officially on the wish list for a year. So I'm about to see what's gonna happen with us this 1 full year. I hope it's gonna be less because, baby, I want me a Birkin. After I satisfy my Birkin wish, a Kelly can come later. But even if a Kelly comes first, I'm okay with it. I love both. I don't even want to hoard bags. But if I get one Kelly, one Birkin, I'm good. Especially neutral colors, I'm go. As you guys can see, so no. I have a mini Evelyn 16 and I have Evelyn 29, okay? The Constance wish, I'm not gonna count it because that was by word of mouth, and also I don't think I can actually, it didn't get written down, so I cannot really count on it. But I have a real spot on the Birkin wish list. I am officially on the Birkin wish list. And honestly, it feels like a full circle. I have learned to be patient. I have learned to shop with joy, not pressure. It's not just about the bag, it's about the story. So let's see what's gonna be next. And I'm so over the moon because I have my 2 cute little H babies. Damn! Who would have thought? I love this year already. 2 bags in a year? I'm happy. You guys have no idea. Like, some people are lucky. Some people are really lucky. Like, they walk in the shop and they get what they didn't even ask for. Some of us, like us, we love the brand. We love everything they have. But we're just gonna be patient. And I'm not even mad at it. I'm like, at least mine's what a story, right? And honestly, looking back, I wouldn't change a single thing. The missed appointments, the clueless moments, the perfume that smelled like chocolate, the passport covers that I got for the vibes without even knowing more about the brand. The sandals that I have, the shoes that I have, I love so much, by the way. All the other things that I have, the belts, all those things, I really love them. Just looking back, I'm like, even the chaotic Milan moments, I swear, but because of all of it, and also in Venice, by the way, so because of all of it, it led me here to this moment where I can happily say that, hey, I'm in it now. I've started something that feels really beautiful and really me. I've been a bag girl. I'm a bag girly. I love fashion. I love bags. I love clothes. I love shoes. I love jewelry. That's just so me. Cars, a little bit, not so much though. I'm such a girl, if you know what I mean. But the joy I feel, it's very much luxury, and I love it. They're Hermes bags, baby. Okay, so the memories, the conversations, and the essays who also remembered my name. The store managers who also added me to wish list off the record, and the champagne moments, the little wins, it's all part of the journey. Honestly, I feel so good. I have never been treated so well in my life by people, and it's all worth it. And sometimes people are at work and they have stress, and everybody coming in is like, I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. So you also get to understand that at some point. And I just love having the real thing. I love having the real deal. I also love having things that I know for sure they're of value. I'm not here to collect things just because they look cute and they don't just add anything, if you know what I mean. So to anyone out there who's building their Hermes story, slow, steady, and from the heart, keep going. There's really a room for all of us at this orange table. There's enough room. I am also super excited to see where this path takes me next, and when that back-end does happen, trust me, we are unboxing it like the Met Gala. And please help me pray. We need to pray for it. We need to pray for the back-end. Prayers are highly needed. But for now, I'm grateful, I'm inspired, and I'm really proud of how far I've come. Would have thought. Thank you so much for staying here with me. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a little orange heart in the comments below so I know you watched till the end. Good vibes. Love you, mean it, and see you on the next one, my loves. There's an orange heart for you.
I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like